Hello and welcome to Pabbly. So today we are going to discuss the top 10 Notion automations that you can set up with Pabbly Connect. So we all know Notion is one of the most popular platform to create the database and manage some kind of data or take notes over here. And then we are going to see what are the top 10 automations related to Notion that you can set up. So using these automation, you can actually add the details of your new Instagram post or new Instagram media which we are posting on Instagram directly into a Notion. In this way, you can create a new record or create a backup of each and every post which you are sharing on your Instagram profile. Also, we are going to see an automation using which you can basically create a sync between Microsoft Excel sheet and Notion. So in this way, if you are sharing or if you are using the two different platforms, you can create a complete different flow of data. Like you can create a sync between both of the applications and then the data flow will be smooth. They will be in complete sync. The next automation which we are going to see is pretty awesome. And using this automation, using Google Cloud Vision, you can actually extract the text from some image and you can add that text into your Notion database as well. So you can create a simple automation using which from some source you are getting some image and you want that all the text which you have in that image, you want to extract that text and you want to add that text into Notion. So you can automate this process as well. The next automation is going to be how to create a Notion database item, how to add a data or some details in your Notion database from Google Sheet. So if you're getting some user details or some kind of data from multiple sources and you and your team members are adding that data into a Google Sheet. So using this simple automation, you can create an item in your Notion database as a new record or data is added in Google Sheet. Also, we are going to see how you can send WhatsApp messages from Notion. Like if you have the details of the user in your Notion database, you can automatically send a WhatsApp message to these new users. We are going to see how you can automate that process as well. So the possibilities with automation are endless. So without any further delay, let's start with this complete guide and understand in a step-by-step manner that how you can set up all of these automation by yourself.
Hello everyone. So in this video we will learn how to create Notion database items from Google Sheets. So the idea is that once the data is entered in Google Sheets, it will be reflected as a page in Notion automatically. But the issue here is there is no direct data connection between Google Sheets and Notion. So that is why I will be using an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates Google Sheets to Notion. The best part here is any person without any technical knowledge can perform this integration easily. Now before I show you the steps, how about we begin with a real-time example. Okay, so this is my Google Sheet and this is my Notion account. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fill my Google Sheet. I'm going to basically enter some detail in my Google Sheet and we will see whether a page will be created in Notion automatically or not. So let me add some details. We have a guy called as Juby. And the age of Juby is, let's say, 65. This is Juby's phone number and this is the email ID of Juby @gmail.com. Okay, so let's have a visit in Notion to check whether a new page has been created automatically from the data present in Google Sheet. So let's have a look. Yes, as you can see, a new page has been created. So we have the same details that we have in Google Sheet. We have the name, we have the phone number, we have the age, and of course we have the email. Okay, so if you're clear with the example, let us begin the process. So to begin the process, in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. So this is the website of pabbly.com. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free, create your account in just 2 minutes. In my case, I have already built my account, so that is why I'm just clicking on sign in. Okay, so this is the app section of Pabbly. Let me just scroll down and here you will find Connect. Just click on Access Now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, Create Workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Google Sheets to Notion. Of course, you can give any name according to your choice. It's totally on you. And let me just click on Create. So when you click on Create, you will find 2 windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. Now in the trigger window, since we are going to send the data from Google Sheet, how about we make it as Google Sheet? So this will be our trigger app. So we have selected the app as Google Sheet. Now in the trigger event, how about we make it as new spreadsheet row? Okay, so the essence here is we want to send the data from Google Sheet when a new row is created in our Google Sheet. So what I'm going to do here is, first of all, let me just go to Google Sheet. Okay, I'm going to create a Google Sheet and I'm going to send the data from that particular Google Sheet. So basically, I'm just trying to show you everything from scratch. Okay, so we are going to create a new Google Sheet and let me just name this as database 101. Okay, that would do. And we have nearly the same columns. Okay, that is name, then we have email, then let's say we have age, and let's go with address this time. Okay, so we have 4 columns: name, email, age, and the address. So what we are going to do here is we want to send the data from this Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect, and this is how you do it. So first of all, you may have a question: why the hell are we working on incognito mode? Well, the answer is very simple. If you have Google Sheet, if you're working on Google Sheet and have multiple Gmail accounts, it is always advisable that you work in incognito mode. Otherwise, you will have the problem of authentication. So what I'm going to do here is to begin the actual integration process. First of all, let me just click on add-ons. So in the add-ons, you will find an add-on called as Pabbly Connect Webhook. Now, Pabbly Connect Webhook is an add-on that I have installed in my system. Now, since you're beginning fresh, you first have to go to Get Add-ons to get Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Click on Get Add-ons. Okay, so when you click on Get Add-ons, Google Workspace Marketplace opens up in front of you. So what I'm going to do here is in the search, I'm just going to click on search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this one. Okay, so as you can see, Pabbly Connect Webhooks is already installed in my system. All you have to do is just click on this button to install Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Now remember this, after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheet. I repeat this again, after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheet. So let me just cancel this. So overall, I'm assuming that you have installed Pabbly Connect Webhooks and also refreshed your Google Sheet. So there is something else I have to tell you before we begin the actual integration. As you can see, D is our last data entry column. I repeat this again. Column D is our last data entry column. Okay, so let us go back to add-ons, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and just click on initial setup. So this is the window of initial setup. Here we have to fill 2 fields, the webhook URL as well as the trigger column. So this is your webhook URL. Let me just go here and copy this. This is the webhook URL you want. Copy this and simply paste it here. Excellent. Now with regard to the trigger column is always the last data entry column. So in our case, the last data entry column is column D. So that is why I'm going to mention the trigger column as column D. So at this point, all you have to do is just click on submit. Essentially, you have integrated this Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect. So there is something else you have to do. A small minor thing. Go back to add-ons, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and just click on send on event. So this will ensure that anytime column D is filled, it will keep sending on the data to Pabbly Connect. Okay, so let's have a look whether Pabbly Connect is capable of capturing the data. Yes, it is showing it is capable of capturing the data. So what we are going to do here is we are going to enter some detail. So we have a guy called as, let's say Joey. Okay, and this is the email of Joey, tripiani45@gmail.com. And then we have the age. So Joey's age is 67. Okay, and this is the address, New York 23 DLF Road. So this is the address, Newark. It should be New York, but I somehow mentioned it as New York. Anyway, so we have filled the last data entry column, that is New York 23 DLF Road. Okay, so we have entered all the details. Now the last data entry column, that is column D, has been filled. So this means the trigger column has been rigged. So let's have a look whether Pabbly Connect, since it is integrated with this Google Sheet, has it captured this detail or not. So let's have a look. Yes, we have the name, that is Joey. Then we have the email, tripiani45@gmail.com. And of course, we have the age, that is 65. The address is New York 23 DLF Road. And this is the row index, that is 2, since this is part of row 2. This is the whole row, that is row number 2. Excellent. Now, using all these details, we are going to create a page in Notion, and this is how you do it. First of all, you go to the action window and you select the app as Notion. Notion it is. Now in the action event, how about we make it as create a page, and simply just click on connect. So we are going with the new connection. Now in the new connection, we have some instruction. So following this instruction, you can actually create your token. This is the token we want, or you can simply follow me. So to create a token, what we are going to do here is, first of all, we are going to create a workspace as well as a table. So let me just click on this plus button. And how about we give the name of the workspace as Google Sheets Backup. Okay, so this will be our workspace. And what we're going to do here is we are going to introduce a table, preferably an inline one. Okay, so this is the table that we are interested in. And the name of the table will be Table 101. Or how about 201? Okay, so we have 4 columns, name, tags. Oh, I'm sorry, we have only 2 columns, name and tags. We are okay with the name, and what we're going to do here is, in place of tags, how about we add address? Okay, and in multi-select, we are going with the text type. That would do. Then we want, I think, the email. Yeah, and the property will be email. Okay, so what was the last field? Okay, we have also the age. So I'm sorry, this is the sheet, this is the Google Sheet that we're interested in, that is the age. Okay, we have the name, we have the email, the address, as well as the age. So we are going to create one for the age. Okay, we click here, we're just going to rename this as age, and we are going to the multi-select, and we are going with the number. Okay, so let me just delete the rest of the ones. Okay, we really don't want them. So the idea is that what we're going to do here is we just want to drag this one here, the newly created row upside on the top, I'm sorry. So we have the new row at the top. So what we're going to do here is we want to bring all the data from this Google Sheet into Notion here. Now first we have to generate a token, and this is how you do it. So you have created a workspace, that is Google Sheets Backup. And after that, you have created a table 201. So what we are going to do here is, first of all, we have to integrate it with Pabbly Connect. So let me just click on settings and members. Okay, and this is the whole process to generate a token. Now in settings and members, you will find integrations. Click this. Okay, so as you can see, I have created a ton of integrations. Now for your consideration, I'm going to create my own integration. I'm just going to show you how it's done. So click here and let me just scroll down, and you will find create new integration. So how about we give a name to this integration, Notion Google Sheet. Just a random name, and let me just click on submit. Okay, so technically this is our token. Okay, but we are not ready to enter this token at this point. We have to make some changes also in our Notion account. So let me just remove this. Okay. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click here and make sure that this opens as a page. After that, click on share, toggle this to the right, make sure it is shareable to the web, and let me just click on invite. After that, let me have a look at the newly created integration, that is Notion Google Sheet. Let me just click here and just click on invite. Excellent. So what we are going to do here is, next, we are going to input the token. So this is the token. I'm just going to copy this, and then I'm going to paste it here. So this is the token. Let me just click on save. So when you click on save, you will find the email, the address, the age, the name, as well as the one more field, that is the content. So technically, all those columns in Notion, all those columns we have in Notion is now reflected as fields here. Now we are going to map all these details from here to here. Now we are going to start with the first one, the email. So if you may remember, this is the email. So this is the data that we have collected from Google Sheet, and this was the email, tribiani45@gmail.com, and we have mapped it here. Easy. Similarly, we click here and go to the first accordion, and we have the address. Okay, so we have the address, then we have the age, and this is the age, and we have mapped it. Then we have the name. So we have the name as Joy. We have mapped it. We can just leave this field empty. That's for content. All you have to do is, at this point, just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the response is a positive one. So what I'm going to do here is, let me just take you to Notion to check, do we have the details here? Yes, we have the name, Joey, we have the address, we have the email, and then we have the age. Excellent. So if you want to see as a page, so this is the page. Excellent. So what we are going to do here is next, I'm just going to finish it. Now, before I finish it, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So I'm just going to minimize this window, and I'm just going to minimize the trigger window. So basically, this is the whole process in a nutshell. First, you integrated Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect, and then you integrated Pabbly Connect to Notion. So now there's a perfect flow of data between Google Sheets and Notion. Hello everyone. So in this video, we will learn how to automatically create a page in Notion when new email is received. So let us begin with a small example. So as you can see, a person called as Alexander with the email profile amy26064@gmail.com is creating an email. So the idea is that he is sending a feedback to a person called as Moravik663, and the subject is disk breaks fail, and the content is the brake shoes have become wet and torn. Okay, I repeat this again. So a person called as Alexander with the email address amy26064@gmail.com is sending an email to this person Moravik663@gmail.com. So let me just click on send. Okay, so the email has been sent by a person called as Amy. Now let me just straight away take you to the email profile of the recipient, that is Teres. So the email hasn't arrived, so let me just refresh this. Okay, so as you can see, Teres. Okay, so this is the guy who is the recipient, Teres Moravik. Okay, Teres Moravik663@gmail.com. He has received the email from Alexander. So this is the email, and this is the subject, disk breaks fail, and this is the content, the brake shoes has become wet and torn. So the email is from a person called as Alexander with the email address amy6064, something like that. So now the idea is that the details of this email will be sent to Notion. So let me just have a look at Notion. Okay. So as you can see, these are the details. We have the name of the sender, that is Alexander. The email of the sender, amy26064@gmail.com. The subject is disk break fail, and the content is the brake shoes have become wet and torn. So you must be thinking, how did I manage to send the data from Gmail to Notion? So basically here we have used an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates Gmail and Notion. Now the best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. It can be done easily. Now here I have mentioned that I am building an integration on Gmail, but technically we are using email parser to receive the data from Gmail. Now if you don't get email parser, it's totally fine. I will explain it in a minute. Okay, so let us begin the integration. Okay, so to begin the process, in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. So this is the website of pabbly.com. Just hover on products, and here you will find connect. Just click on connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. Here you can build your own account in just 2 minutes. In my case, I have already built an account, so let me just click on sign in. Okay, so this is the app section of Pabbly. Let me just scroll down, and here you will find connect. Just click on access now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, create workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm planning to give it as Gmail to Notion. Gmail to Notion. Of course, you can give any name according to your discretion. It's totally on you. And let me just click on create. So when you click on create, you will find 2 windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. So what's the deal with the trigger window as well as the action window? So when we are talking about automation in Pabbly Connect, it works on the concept of triggers and action. The trigger basically means an if statement. It asks a question, if this happens, what should be done? For example, if a new email is received, that's basically a trigger. The action should be something like creating a table in Notion. So using the trigger window as well as the action window, we are going to create a workflow to integrate Gmail to Notion. Now the best part here is I will be adding the link of this workflow in the description box so that you can clone it and directly access it into your account. Okay, so the overall gist is we are going to integrate Gmail to Notion. So before we integrate, there is something I have to tell you. Here we will be using email parser to receive the data from Gmail. Okay, so I have been talking about email parser. So what's the deal with email parser? So with the help of email parser, or also known as the mail hook, you can parse the emails. And after parsing the emails, you can extract the values from your emails and send those values across to any different software that you want. Okay, so in the choose app, let me just add email parser. I know you didn't understand a bit, so let me just show you the example. So when we selected the choose app as email parser by Pabbly, it is by default showing an email. So this is an email address. Okay, so this is an email address. So what I'm going to do here is I will be doing an experiment. So a person called as Sneha, or let's go with Amy once again. Okay, the same person, that is Alexander, is composing an email. Okay, so this time he's going to add the subject sunset. This is the subject sunset. Sunset is awesome. Okay, just a random content and a random subject. Now this is the most important part, the recipient. Now the recipient is this email address. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and I'm going to paste it here. So the recipient is this email address, pcmailhook.com. Okay, so this is a email address. So when I click on send, the data of this email will be sent to Pabbly Connect. Okay, so in a matter of minutes, matter of seconds, the data will arrive here. Okay, we will have the sender's name, that is Amy, the sender's email address, the content as well as the subject. So yes, we have got the data. So we have the sender's name, that is Alexander. We have the email address amy26064@gmail.com. The subject is sunset, and then we have the body text or the content. The sunset is awesome. So basically the idea is that if someone sends an email to this email address, it will be captured here. So my plan is, I want to interlink this particular email address to this email address, so that if someone sends an email to this email address, it will be directed to this email address, and here it will be directed to other third-party softwares like Notion. Okay, so what we are going to do here is we are going to interlink this email address to this email address. Okay, so that if someone sends an email to this email address, it will be forwarded to this email address automatically. So to begin the actual integration, let me just click on settings, click on see all settings. We are going to click on filters and blocked addresses, and here just click on create a new filter. Okay, so before we actually had to copy the email address. So this is the email address. Okay, click on create a new filter, go to and just paste the email address. Just click on create a filter. Okay, so now we want to forward it. Forward it where? Now that's an interesting question. We are going to forward the emails to this email address. So once again, I'm just going to copy this, click on recapture email parser response. Click on yes. Okay, click on add forwarding addresses, click on this button and paste the email address. Okay, this is the forwarding email address. Click on next. Now it is asking me a question that should it forward the email to this particular email address. Just simply click on proceed. Okay, so a confirmation code has been sent to this particular email address. So let's have a look. Okay, so we want the confirmation code. So where is the confirmation code? So this is the confirmation code. I'm just going to copy this. This is the confirmation code we want. Copy this, press OK and paste the confirmation code here. And simply just click on verify. Okay, so it is now showing you have verified the forwarding address, that this forwarding address has been verified. Now what's next? Now we have to make sure that we will be forwarding this email. The email that is received in this email address will be forwarded here. Scroll down and just click on save changes. I think we are ready because it is now showing you are forwarding your email to this email address. Excellent. Now what we are going to do here is we are going to do an experiment. Now before we do an experiment, let me just once again click on recapture email response. Let me just click on yes. Okay, so this time a person called as Sneha. So this is a different person, Sneha, or we can actually go with Amy once again, but I'm getting bored with Amy. So Sneha it is. Okay, so a person called as Sneha is sending the email to Darius. So the subject is Darius. Okay, now remember this. If someone sends an email to this email address, it will be forwarded to Pabbly Connect because we have linked this email address to Pabbly Connect. Now the subject is oil change. Oil change, and the content is my bike needs oil change. Seems like Darius is a dealer in bikes, so that is why everyone is sending an email to Darius on bikes. Okay, so the email has been sent to Darius by a person called as Sneha. So let's explore. Did Darius has received this email? Let me just click on refresh. Okay, so as you can see, the email has been received by Darius. So it is from Sneha and the subject is oil change. And this is the content, my bike needs oil change. So let's explore. Since this email profile okay, will be forwarding all the emails to Pabbly Connect or the email or this email address. So yes, the data has been captured. So as you can see, we have the name of the sender, that is Snetriparty. We have the address snetriparty6@gmail.com. Then we have the subject, that is oil change, and let me just scroll down. Okay, so this is the body text, my bike needs oil change. So we have got all the details. Now we are going to create a page in Notion from using all these details that we have received from Gmail using email parser. So in the action window, we are going to select the choose app as Notion. Notion it is. Now in the action event, how about we make it as create a page and simply just click on connect. We are going with the new connection. Now we have to enter the token. Now this is a very tricky thing, okay? So just follow my step. So first of all, you have to go to Notion. So this is my Notion account. Now I'm planning to begin from scratch. So that is why I'm going to create a new workspace. And the name of the workspace is data from Gmail, okay? Data from Gmail. Of course, you can give any name according to your choice. I'm just going with data from Gmail. And I'm going to introduce a table. So that is why /table inline. Okay, we are going with inline, and we want to give a name to this table. So I'm planning to give it as table 201, just a random name. So we have 3 columns, name, tags, and this plus sign. So let me just remove these. I'm just planning to introduce the newest one at the top. Okay, so we have the newest row at the top, and let's remove the tag, and let me just introduce email. So we are going to create 4 columns, one for email, one for name, one for subject, and another for content. So here it will be email. Okay, so we are ready. Then we have the next column as subject of the email. Okay, and we are going with the text, and once more we are going with body text. Okay, so I think we are ready. We have name, email, subject, and the body. So what we are going to do here is we are just going to click on settings and members to start beginning our integration process. And in the settings and the member, what we are going to do here is just click on integrations. We are going to click on develop your own integration. Okay, so we are going to create our own integration. Let me just scroll down. Okay, so as you can see, I have created some integrations a long time ago. I'm going to create a new integration, and the name of the integration, just give a random name, connect and integrate. Connect and automate. That will be much better. Automate. Just a random name. And this is already showing by default the workspace. We don't have to do anything about that. Let me just click on submit. So this is the token. Okay, so at this point, we are not going to enter the token here. We have to do some more steps. Okay, so what we are going to do here is, let me just go back. Okay, and this is the table. Let me just click here. Click on open as a page. Click on share. Toggle this to the right. Okay, so now it is ready to share to the web, and just click on invite. Now we are going to click on this invite, that is an integration, connect and automate. We have created this integration, connect and automate. Just click on invite. Okay, so I think we are ready. So what now? So now we are just going to copy the code. Okay, so this is the token. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and I'm going to paste it here. I know it's a bit tricky, but you have to do it. And let me just click on save. So it is by default showing the database, that is table 201. That's the table 201. Then we have, then we have the email. So let's start mapping the details. So the first column is for emails. So if you may remember, the email of the sender was, I think, snetriparty6@gmail.com. So this is the data we have received from the first accordion using email parser. So we have mapped the email address. Then we have the body. So the body was oil change is something. My bike needs oil change. Then we have the subject. The subject is oil change. Then we have the name. The name is Snetriparty. So we have entered all the details one by one. We have the email, body, subject, as well as the name. Now with regards to the content, we can just simply ignore it. All we have to do at this point is just click on save and send test request to send this data to Notion. So let me do that. Okay, so let me do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the response is a positive one. So let me just have a look at the table. So we have got the details of Snetriparty. This is the sender's name, sender's email address, the subject, and the body. The presence of this data indicates we have a successful integration between Gmail as well as Notion. Now, before you leave, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So let me just minimize this action window and let me just minimize the trigger window. So basically, this is the whole process in a nutshell. First, you integrated email parser to collect the emails from Gmail, and then you integrated Notion to Pabbly Connect. So now there's a perfect flow of data between Gmail and Notion.
In this video, we will learn how you can automatically send WhatsApp message from Notion database. So assume that you are adding your customers' data into the Notion software and you also have to send the WhatsApp message to all your customers. Now you have two choices. Either you can copy the details of your customers, compose a message here in the WhatsApp and then send it to each customer one by one, or you can create an automation in between Notion and WhatsApp in such a way that whenever the customer's data is added into this software, the messages will get sent automatically to each customer one by one without doing anything manually. Yes, it is possible. You just need to add the customer's data here and the messages will get sent automatically. You just need to build a connection in between Notion and WhatsApp. So if you also want to learn that how you can create this automation for yourself, come with me and I will show you the process step by step. So the idea here is I want to send an invitation message on WhatsApp to each of my client, and I'm going to add the data of my client here and the messages will get sent automatically on their WhatsApp, something like this. Okay, so the name will replaced automatically and this message will get sent automatically. But for that I will have to connect a Notion and WhatsApp with the help of Pabbly Connect. It is an integration and automation software. You can also reach here by typing pabbly.com/connect. I will also attach this link in my description box for your reference, and if you are a new user of Pabbly Connect, you will have to sign up for free. I am already an existing user of Pabbly Connect, that is why I am clicking on sign in. And let me tell you, in the free account of Pabbly Connect, you will also get free tasks to test these kinds of amazing automation. And after reaching out to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, now you will have to click on this blue button, create workflow, and from here exactly we are going to start creating our automation, our workflow. So just provide a random name to your automation. I am providing the name as send WhatsApp messages automatically from Notion. Now click on create and you will actually find two boxes in front of you, and those are trigger and action. Trigger means when this happens, action means do this. When this happens, do this. Understand with an example also that whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, let's say send an email via Gmail application. Well, according to our use case, whenever the data is added into the Notion software, automatically send the messages via WhatsApp. And here for sending the WhatsApp messages, I am going to use WhatsApp Cloud API application. Well, I will tell you about this application later, but the idea here is we need to always select the applications in which we are setting up an automation, and in this case we are actually building the automation in between Notion and WhatsApp. So that is why the first application, the trigger application here, will be the Notion, and I want that whenever I'm adding a new database item into the Notion, this automation should trigger. So that is why the trigger event will be the same. Now click on connect, and we are actually connecting Notion account with the Pabbly Connect so that the data of Notion can be captured here in Pabbly Connect first, and then we are going to send the same data to different application or to the WhatsApp. Now click on add new connection, click on connect with Notion, and provide the access of your software, your account. Well, I am already logged into the Notion software in some different app, so it is not asking me for the access. Finally give the permission to all the pages. All right, I have also provided the same, and make sure you provide the full access, and don't worry, Pabbly Connect is 100% safe. Now you can see the authorization is successful and Notion is connected with Pabbly Connect, and whatever the databases are available into this particular Notion account, here you can see all of them are actually visible into my Pabbly Connect software. You can see, and here I am going to select which one. Well, I have already created one, all customers list, or you can say all clients list. Okay, Coming back here, I'm going to select the same, and finally you will have to click on this button and you will see the most recent data you have added to this particular database will be captured here in the Pabbly Connect. Well, in this case I have just a single data here, so I'm going to click on this button and you will see the same detail will be captured here. And yes, the response has been received immediately, and let us check whether the details are the same or not. So where are the details? Alright, and here you can see the phone number has been captured. Well, I have just added a dummy number here just to show you how things can be captured. But don't worry, while sending the actual message, I will actually replace this number with the genuine number. Alright, so coming back here and let us check other details. So here we have the email address admin@pabblytudes.com. Okay, admin@pabblytudes.com. Checking for other details, where is the name of the person? Alright, here is the name, dummy customer and dummy customer. So this is how the first step of our automation is actually done, which was connecting Notion software with Pabbly Connect and capturing the same data here so that we can actually send the messages, send the WhatsApp messages to the same person with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now I am going to choose WhatsApp Cloud API as the second application because I want to send the messages using this particular application, and you cannot directly send the WhatsApp messages via WhatsApp only. You'll have to make use of any particular software, and WhatsApp Cloud API is the official API of WhatsApp which Facebook has launched. And in the trigger event, I'm going to select this send template message, and I'll tell you about the send template message later. Finally, we are going to connect a WhatsApp Cloud API account with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, so go with add new connection, and it will ask you few details: the token, phone number ID, and WhatsApp business account ID. So firstly, I will take you directly to the WhatsApp Cloud API account. So firstly, you will have to type developers.facebook.com in your browser, and you will have to create an account in the Meta website. It is actually the Facebook only. Now I have already created my account into this website, so I'm clicking on my apps directly. Now the very first thing you will have to do after creating an account is create an app and generate a permanent token. I'm repeating this again, you will have to create an app and generate permanent token. If you're not sure how you can actually create an app and generate a permanent token, well, I have already attached the separate videos on these two things. You can watch those videos, create an app, generate a permanent token, and then come back here. Okay, so after creating an app, you will also find your application here. You can see I have created this My Connect message app. I'm going to select the same. All right, and here in the left hand side you will find an option of WhatsApp. You will have to click on that. Now click on getting started, and here exactly you will find all those things which were actually required for the connection. Okay, the first thing, it was asking for the token. Well, you will have to use the permanent token, but in this particular video I'm just using this temporary token only, which will expire in 23 hours. But again, make sure I'm just doing it for the testing purpose. But if you are actually sending the actual messages, the genuine messages, make sure you use of permanent token. You can actually visit this link as well. Now the phone number ID, here you can see I'm going to copy and paste the same, and the last thing is the WhatsApp business account ID. So I have copied all the things, pasted it here, click on save, and this is how you can also connect your WhatsApp Cloud API with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, WhatsApp Cloud API account with Pabbly Connect, and here you can see whatever the templates are available into my WhatsApp Cloud API account have started visible here. Well, templates are nothing but a kind of messages which you'll have to create in the WhatsApp Cloud API account as a template message. Okay, and once your template is created, you will have to submit it for the approval. If your template is approved, then only you can actually initiate the conversation with your customers by sending those template messages. That is why our trigger event was send template message. message. So let me first take you to the template section of WhatsApp Cloud API. So under the step 2 option, you will find an hyperlink. So you will have to click on this link, click here. Okay, I have clicked here, and here you can see several message templates I have created. Well, it is not loading, it has not loaded yet. All right, okay, here is the message template section. These are the template names, the languages, and the status. And here you can see when I have submitted them for the review, few of them are actually active and few of them are even got rejected. Okay, so firstly you will have to create a message template, submit it for the approval. If your message template is approved, you can actually send the messages. So let me show you my template which I have created. Okay, it was something like wedding invitation, because here I have taken an example of sending the invitation, sending the wedding invitations to the clients, to the customers. Okay, so here you can see I have a message template. Okay, well, I have this message template that is wedding invite, which is actually in the review. I have submitted it for the approval. Okay, so firstly I'll show you this message template. Here is the template name, here is the language which I have selected, here is the header. Well, in header I have selected the image because I want this image to be appear, and in the right hand side you can preview your message, and in place of message, if you want, in place of image, if you want to attach the video, the document, even the text, you can also select the same in your message. Now here is the body content, basically the message which you would like to compose. Okay, and here you can see I have added this variable into my message template. What is this variable? Well, if you want to change any value at the time of automation, you will have to keep it in the form of variable, and you can add as many variables as you want in your message templates. You will actually find the option of adding variable here also. When you are going to create the template, you can actually see that particular options. Okay, and in this particular message template I have added just a single variable. Here you can see, because I just want the name of the client to be changed and the rest of the message will remain same, so I have added just a single variable. All right, so this is how you can create your message template. You can attach the header. In case you want to attach any footer, any button, you can also do the same, but in this particular automation I have not added anything. If you also want to learn how you can add the buttons, you can visit our channel Pabbly, and you will actually find very relevant and nice videos related to that. Okay, for now I am going to close it because I cannot use this message template because it is still in the review mode. Let me even show you. Here you can see it is still in the review mode. How about I refresh it first once again and check whether it has approved or not yet. All right, okay, going to search for the same wedding invitation. All right, well, it is in the still review mode. So how about I go with this particular message template, invitation wedding. You can see it is active. Okay, so I have this message, hello Roger Binney, marriage means a new beautiful beginning. All right, this is the image, this is the variable. Well, this image is actually not relevant, but don't worry, we are here just to understand how things can be done. And here we have three variables. What are those? We have the 2, 3 and 4, and these are actually the date, the time and the place. So as I have just told you, if you want to add more variables, you can actually do the same. So firstly I'm going to copy the name of this particular template, and here I am going to search for the same. Okay, so here you can see invitation wedding is the name of my message template. Now it is asking for the language code and select template ID, keep them as it is. Finally, for the phone number, and what are these things? Well, these are the variables which I have added into my message template. Here let me show you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 variables, so that is why body field 1, 2, 3, and here we have the 4th body field. Okay, so these are the same variables, and this is the header image URL which will appear here. Okay, so let us create this message by filling out these details. Firstly, it is asking for the recipient mobile number. I don't need to manually copy this data which I have received from the above step and paste it here. When you will click on this particular field, you will find the same data here in the drop down. Even read the instructions, insert data from the previous step. So I'm going to search for the number. Well, we have the number as this. For now, in front of you I am adding this dummy number only. But don't worry, I will replace this number. Now it is asking for the image URL. Well, here I am going to upload a very nice image that is actually related to the wedding only. So how about we add this particular image along with our template? Okay, so this is the message which I am going to send to all my clients for the invitation purpose. Okay, I'm going to attach it with my message. Now it is asking for rest of the details, so let us map them one by one. Firstly, it is asking for the name, so how about I map the name here? All right, the second thing, it is asking for the date, time and the venue. Well, I have not specified these details into my Notion database because these details will remain same. These are not going to change, so you can even add these details manually. So how about I add the invitation date as the 10th December. All right, I'm adding this value manually and I have mapped this value. And what is the difference in between mapping and adding the value manually? Well, whatever the details you will add here manually will remain same every time the message will get sent. And if you have mapped any values, these values will automatically change as soon as the automation is going to work. Okay, so what will happen the next time whenever I'm going to add the new data here, the same data first will be captured here into the Pabbly Connect, and this data will replace these existing values. And this is how the mapping will take place. This is how the automation will take place, and this is the power of automation and mapping. Okay, for now I'm going to add the time. Okay, so how about I keep the same time, and the venue will be the Hotel Taj. Okay, so I have added all the details. Finally, I'm going to click on this button, but firstly let me take you to the WhatsApp section. And how about I delete this particular chat so that I can clearly show you the how that messages will get sent. Okay, so I have deleted the same. Coming back here, and first of all I'm going to replace this dummy number with the genuine one with my number. All right, well, I have replaced the number with the genuine one. Clicking on this button, save and send test request, fingers crossed, waiting for the response. All right, well, you can see the response is received. Going back to my WhatsApp section, and here you can see the message is also received. Okay, so hello dummy customer, marriage means a new beautiful beginning. We would like to invite you to the witness and be a part of our new beginning. Please join us on 10 December 7 p.m. at Hotel Taj as we tie the knot in holy matrimony. Your presence will be valuable to us. Regards, bride and groom. So this is how now onwards, as soon as you are going to add the data of any person here, basically the phone number and the client name, the message will get sent automatically to each person on their WhatsApp without doing anything manually. You just need to build a connection in between Notion and WhatsApp with the help of Pabbly Connect just once. Once you have created this automation inside Pabbly Connect, you do not have to do anything manually. Sit back and relax because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. In case you want to clone this whole setup into your account, I'm going to attach this shareable workflow link into my description box, from where you can directly clone this whole workflow into your account, that too for free. You just need to sign up into the Pabbly Connect, and that is again free.
So in this video, we will learn how to connect Outlook to Notion. Now suppose guys, on your Outlook email, you keep on getting some important emails, and to maintain a record, you want to add those emails into your Notion database. So guys, let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. So the trigger of this automation will be getting a new email on our Outlook email. And in this video guys, we are going to use Office 365 as a trigger application because Microsoft Outlook is a part of Office 365 family. So the trigger will be getting a new email on our Office 365 or Outlook email, and the action will be adding those new email details as an item in our Notion database. Now how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Outlook to Notion. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. So the idea here is first we have to get the details or the data of all the mails which we are receiving on our Outlook account inside Pabbly Connect. Then after that, using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send those newly received mail details to our Notion so that we can add those details over there automatically. So let's begin. Now to get our Outlook mails inside Pabbly Connect, we have to connect our Outlook account with Pabbly Connect. And we are going to do this by Microsoft 365. So Outlook is a part of Microsoft 365 family. So here guys, in trigger window in choose app, to connect our Outlook account, we are going to search for Microsoft 365. Select Microsoft 365 over here. And after selecting it, in trigger event from the drop down, select new mail. After selecting our trigger event as new mail, click on connect and select add new connection. Now here guys, what we have to do, we have to connect our Microsoft 365 account or our Outlook account over here with Pabbly Connect. And to do so, just click on this connect with Microsoft Office 365 over here. And guys, because as you can see, I have already logged into my Microsoft Outlook account, Pabbly Connect has detected the same account. And we just have to scroll down and click on yes. And now when we click on yes, we will see that our Microsoft Office account or Outlook account gets connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection guys, it is only showing us an option to click on save and send test request. When you click on this save and send test request button, the details or the data of the most recent, the latest mail which you have received on your Outlook account will be received inside Pabbly Connect. So right now in my Outlook account, you can see that this is the mail which we have received. So this mail is from ABN Businesses and this mail says, hello Pabbly, we are just capturing some response for the video. Thank you regards. So this is just a simple mail. So we are going to get the details of the most recent, this latest mail which we have received. So let's get back to Pabbly Connect and click on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received some response. And when you will scroll to this response, you will see these are the response, these are the details of the same mail. So here you can see that we have the same email address name of the sender from whom we have received the name. This is the same name. After that, you can see the same email address of the user who has sent us the mail. And other than that, we can see the subject line of the mail as well. So this is the same subject line by which we have received this email. Then when we are going to scroll down, you will see that we have also received the body of the mail. So this is the body of the email which we have received. Hello Pabbly, we are just capturing some response for the video. Thank you regards. So in this way, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully connected our Outlook account with Pabbly Connect and received the data of a new mail from our Outlook account inside our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now what we have to do, we want to send the details of this new mail which we have received to Notion so that we can create or add these details as new item in our Notion database. Now to do so, just scroll down and come to this action window. Just click here and here in choose app, search for Notion. Select Notion. And after that, in action event from the drop down, you have to select create database item. Click on connect and select add new connection. Now as you can guess, we have to connect our Notion account with Pabbly Connect. So to make this connection again, click on this connect with Notion button. And here in a new tab, it is showing us it has also detected our Notion account in which we are currently logged in. So after detecting the account, here it is asking us to select the page, that in which of our Notion page we want to add this data or add these details. So here what we have to do, you just have to click on this select page button, select the Notion database or Notion page in which you want to add the details or the pages of whom you want to give access to Pabbly Connect. So I have all of these pages, but I have a specific page named as Outlook email. And in this page, I want to add all of these details. And I only want to give access to the Notion or to Pabbly Connect of this same page only. If you want, you can select any other pages as well. So just select the pages and then just scroll down and click on allow access. And after clicking on allow access guys, you will see that your Notion account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the next thing it asks us is the database. So in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the database whose permission you will be giving to Pabbly Connect while making the connection. So right now we have selected only one database. That's why you can see the same over here. After selecting the database, all the fields of table, all the fields of items which we have created in this Notion database can be seen over here in Pabbly Connect. So we have email body, subject, email, date and time, sender's name, and content. And you can see all of these fields which we have created in this Notion database in a table. So now we can see that what we have to do, we just have to mention the respective data in their fields in this Pabbly Connect step. So start with email body. So from Outlook, we have received the body of the email which we have received from the user on our Outlook account. So this is the body of the email, this is the response. So this is the body of the email and this is the response named as body preview. What we have to do, we have to map this response, map this data which we have received from Outlook over here in this email body field. And how we are going to map it? Guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the responses which you have received from Outlook of a new mail. Here we just have to search for body. And here you can see that body preview. This is the same response. Just select it and it will be mapped over here. So whatever data of a new email body we are going to get from Outlook, the same data will be mapped over here and the same data will be added in our Notion database. After this, guys, what we have to do, we have to next thing which we have created next field is subject. So here we have to map the subject line and we are going to use the same process of mapping. Just click here and from the drop down below from the responses of Outlook, select the response of subject and it will be mapped over here. After mapping the subject line, the next is the email, that what was the email address of the person who has sent us the mail. Just click here and from the drop down below from Outlook responses, select sender's email address. This is the response, select it and map it. Then it is asking us for the date and time, that at what date and time we have received the email. So just click here and in the drop down below, here you can see that there are two different date and time. One is the send date and time and another one is the receive date and time. So at this date and time, the user has sent the email and at this date and time, you have received it. So there is a slight difference in both of them. And we are going to map receive date and time. If you want, you can use send date and time according to your choice. After mapping the date and time, the next thing it asks us is the sender's name. What was the name of the user, the person who has sent us the mail? So just click here and from the drop down below, here you can see sender's name. Just select it and map it. And at last, it is asking us for the content. So guys, the database, the item which we are going to create in our Notion using this automation, if you want to add some kind of content to this particular item respect to that, you can add that item over here as well. So right now you can see that we have actually mapped the body of the email over here as a new field, as a new column. But if you want, you can add or you can just ignore the field of body of the email from this table and you can add that body of the email in this content section over here. But right now, I'm not adding any kind of content. You can just ignore this field for now. Just scroll down and click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, basically the details of a new mail which we have received on our Outlook account is been added in our Notion database as a new item. So let's check it. We are going to get back to our Notion database. And yes, guys, here you can see that the same details of a new email which we have received on our Outlook account has been added as a new item in our Notion database. We have the sender's name, their email address, their subject, what was the subject line of the email, the body of the email, as well as the date and time, that at what date and time we have received this email. This means, guys, the automation workflow which we have created is working perfectly fine. Now, using this automation, guys, whenever we are going to receive a new email on our Outlook account, automatically the details of that email will be added in our Notion database. Now, guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation once in real time. So what we are going to do, from some other account, from some other email address, we are going to send an email on our Outlook account over here. So let's do it. Let's go to or switch to some other account, and this is my another account, and let's compose an email. Let's enter our Outlook email address. Then just add the subject line, that is this is a real-time test. And let's add a body as, for example, hello Pabbly. Okay, so this is just a short, simple email which we are going to send. Click on send over here. And after sending this email, we will see that within seconds, the same email will be received on our Outlook account over here. So let's wait for a few seconds or refresh your Outlook page once. And yes, guys, here we can see that we have just now received another mail with the same subject line which we have entered and the same email body. And as we receive this email, guys, we will see that within 10 minutes, the same details of the email will be added in our Notion database. Now, it takes 10 minutes, guys, because every 10 minutes, Pabbly Connect will go to our Outlook account and check for new emails which we have received. And then it will get the data of the new mails, and then it will start or process this automation with that data. So guys, what we have to do, we just have to wait here for 10 minutes to get the response. Okay, so right now we have successfully waited for 10 minutes. Now let's check our Notion database. And yes, guys, here you can see that in our Notion database, a new item has been created. So we have the name of the senders. So from the same email address, we have sent the email. That's why we can see the same sender's name, the same email address, but the subject line and the email body are different. This is the subject line. This is a real-time test, which we have entered while sending the test email. And then this is the body. Hello, Pabbly, we are just testing this automation in real time. Thank you. And the date and time, that at what date and time we have received this email. So in this way, guys, you can see that we have successfully created this automation and tested this automation in real time. So guys, not just these applications, you can basically connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing, you will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a forever free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
Hey everyone, in this video, we'll be exploring how to integrate Notion's database with Microsoft Excel, making it easier for you to manage and organize your data. So with this integration, you can synchronize your MS Excel spreadsheets with Notion's database in real time, giving you more control over your information with less manual efforts. So whether you are a seasoned Excel user or just getting started, this video will show you how to make the most out of Notion and Microsoft Excel. So let's get started. So we are using Pabbly Connect to set up this automation. So Pabbly Connect is an automation tool and this is the landing page of Pabbly. So I'm going to paste this link in the description as well. So from here you can sign up for free and you will get free automation tasks every month to test and set up your automations. So you can just sign up right now from the given link. And after that, you just have to sign in and reach the Pabbly Connect product and you will see the dashboard of Pabbly like this. From here, you have to click on this create workflow button to set up any automation workflow. So here you can give any name to a workflow as well. So I'm giving the name here as Notion to MS Excel integration. All right, so after giving these kinds of names, you can just click on create button and you can see your workflow page is here. And on this page, you will find these two things, the trigger and the action. So our automations are based on these two things only. So trigger is that event which starts a workflow and the action is the automated response or the consequence of the trigger. So here you can read, it is saying when this happens, do this, okay? This is how it is going to work. So in our use case, adding an item in Notion's database will trigger this workflow, and adding the same item in a row in MS Excel sheet will be the action towards the trigger. So first of all, you have to choose the trigger application. So in our case, Notion is our trigger application. Okay, and then you have to select the trigger event, which is new database item. Select this. After that, click on connect button. And from here, select add new connection, then click on connect with Notion. All right, and from this window, you have to provide some access to Pabbly Connect. Okay, so these are the accesses you have to provide. You can select the pages from here where you have the data stored in Notion's database. So I'm right now selecting all the pages, but you can select specific database and specific pages as well. Okay, after that, you just have to scroll down and click on allow access, and you will be connected with Notion's database automatically like this. Okay, and here it is asking for the database ID. So guys, this is let me show you my Notion's dashboard. So guys, this is Notion. And here is our page I have created named as technical issues. And this is a table I have created here. And this is the data I'm saving in this table, like the project name, the issue type, the summary of the issue, the description, the due date, and the label. Okay, right? So I'm going to select the name of the page first, or the database ID. From this drop down menu, it will show you all the databases you have. From here, I'm selecting this one, technical issues. Now guys, by clicking on save and send test request button, you can fetch the details of your database like this. Okay, so whenever you are going to add any new row here in this table, the data is going to be fetched here. Okay, so right now I have the latest row here like this. So as I'm going to click on save and send test request button, the data of the latest row will be fetched here. So I'm clicking here the button, and you can see the data is captured here like this. It is showing us the text type. Okay, and the content is here. API stopped working. Let me show you this here. API stopped working is our summary. Let me scroll down. Here it is showing the project's name, Pabbly Connect projects. You can see it here, right? Then when you scroll down a bit more, you will see API not working. So API not working is the issue type. Okay, then when you scroll down more, you will find the due date here as well, 15/2/2023. Okay, let us see here, 15th of February 2023. The date is same, and you can see this is the description, team meeting to be done. Like you can check it here, team meeting to be done. So everything that you have here are fetched here like this in these labels. Okay, according to along with some technical details as well. Okay, the data got fetched here. So now with the help of this, I want to send this data to my MS Excel spreadsheet now. So we are going to connect MS Excel sheet here in the sections tab. So search for MS Excel. And after selecting Excel here, you choose the action event as add row to worksheet. So guys, I have already created a worksheet in which I want to save my Notion's data. This is my worksheet. I have named it as issues. Okay. So right now, first of all, I'm going to click on connect, and from here select add new connection, then click on connect with MS Excel. And from this window, you have to provide some access to Pabbly Connect. So you just have to scroll down and click on yes here. And you can see the authorization is getting successful, right? Like this. And we'll be connected with Excel. All right, so we are now connected, and here it is asking for the workbook's name. So the name of my workbook is issues. So when you click here, it will show you the list of all the workbooks you have. From here, you can search for issues and select it. All right, then it will ask for the worksheet's name. So my worksheet name is sheet 1 only because we have only one sheet, and it got auto populated here. Now it started showing the column fields, the project name, the issue type, the summary. These are the name of the columns I have, the headers of the columns, and it started appearing here. Now to send the data in these columns, we need to map the values of these columns here in these fields only. So we are going to use this data that we have received here from Notion, and I'm going to map the labels I have received here from this step to here. So to map the things, you just have to click here, and the previous step will appear in the drop down. So by clicking on it, you can see all the data. From here, you can find project's name and map it like this. Okay. Similarly, you will find the issue type. So issue type is, let me show you. You will find the issue type here. This is the issue type. You can find the issue summary, map it. Similarly, map the description. This is it, map it. The due date. Here is the due date. Okay. And finally, the label. So you can cross check the data with Notion as well, and see if we have correctly mapped the data here. Okay, so we have correctly mapped the data. Now you can check your connection with Microsoft Excel by clicking on save and send test request button, and this data will be sent here in this row. Let me show you that. I'm clicking on save and send test request. So this is the response we have received. Let us check in MS Excel sheet if we got a new row added. So here, let me just refresh this sheet. And here you can see, guys, we got the data added here like this in this row. Project name is here, the issue type is here, the summary is here, description is here, everything is here. Okay. So this is how you can synchronize Notion's database with Excel by mapping the labels here. So when you map the labels, what will happen whenever, after setting up this automation, whenever you are going to add any new item here, the labels will be updated and this data will be fetched here automatically. So you have to set up this automation only once. After that, you do not even have to open this workflow. It will run in the background automatically whenever you are going to add any new database item. And guys, you can use this same workflow as well, as I'm going to paste the link of this workflow in the description. You can clone it in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Pabbly. So in this video, we are going to learn how to save new Google contacts to Notion database items. So the idea here is that whenever you create a new contact in your Google contacts, automatically the same contact details should be added to your Notion database. But here the question is how to do this, because there is no direct connection between Google contacts and Notion. So first let us check this in the real time and then we will move on to the integration process. So this is my Google contacts and this is the Notion database. So now I want that whenever I create a new contact here in my Google contacts, automatically the data should be added here in this particular database. So let us create a new contact over here by clicking on this plus sign, create a contact. Let's give the first name as Adam, last name as Smith, email address as adamsmith11@gmail.com, and let's add the phone number over here. Let's click on save. So a new contact is added over here. Now let us check our Notion account. I'll refresh it. And here we can see the details of the contact. First name as Adam, last name Smith, email address and the mobile number is added over here. So now here you might be wondering that I just created a new contact in my Google contacts and automatically the details of this contact are added to this particular Notion database. So how did I manage to do this? So let me tell you, this has become possible just because of the automation and integration process. So in order to create an integration between Google Contacts and Notion, we are going to use a software application named Pabbly Connect. So basically, Pabbly Connect is an automation and integration software which will help us in integrating Google Contacts with Notion automatically. The best part here is it doesn't require any coding skills or programming knowledge. Even a non-technical person can use this software application very easily. So first we have to create an integration between Google Contacts and Pabbly Connect. Then Pabbly Connect will capture all the details of the contact, and using those details automatically the data will be added into the new Notion account. And in this way we are going to learn how we can create an integration between Google Contacts and Notion using Pabbly Connect. So let us learn the integration process now. For this, let us type Pabbly, pabbly.com in our browser. This is the website of Pabbly. Here we have to come to Products and click on Pabbly Connect. This is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. As you are the first time user, you have to click on Sign up for free option. You can create your own account in just 2 minutes by clicking on this option. As I already have an account with Pabbly Connect, I'll simply click on Sign in. In the All Apps section, come to Pabbly Connect and click on Access Now. This is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here we have to create a workflow. So in order to create a workflow, come to this plus sign and click on Create Workflow. Here we have to give a name to the workflow. So let us give the name as Sync Google Contacts and Notion. You can give the workflow name as per your requirement and simply click on Create. Now here we can see a trigger window and an action window. So Pabbly Connect works on the concept of trigger and action. Trigger means when this happens, action means do this. So in this use case, we want the data to be captured from Google Contacts. So open this trigger window, and here in the application name, let us select Google Contacts. In the trigger event, we have to select new or update contact. Click on connect. Click on add new connection and connect with Google Contacts. So I have to choose an account. So I'll just choose the account from where I want to access the Google Contacts. Pabbly Connect Contacts wants additional access to your Google account. Okay, so let's click on continue and give away the access as the data is 100% safe with Pabbly Connect. Authorization successful, and now the Google Contacts are connected to Pabbly Connect. Now before clicking on save and send test request, first let us move to the Google Contacts and create a new contact over there. So this is my Google Contacts where I don't have any contacts yet. So I'll just click on create contact, create a contact. Let's give the first name as Shikha, last name as Arya. I'm not giving the company name, job title. Let's give the email address as shikhaarya22@gmail.com. Okay, and let's add her phone number over here. Okay, so I have given the basic details of this particular contact, that is first name, last name, email address and mobile number. If you want to add some more details related to this particular contact, by clicking on this show more option, you can add the details. Okay, I have used the basic details and let's click on save. And here we can see that Shikha Arya, a new contact is created over here. Now let's move back to Pabbly Connect and let us click on save and send test request. And here we can see that the response is received. Okay, I'll scroll down. Here we can see the first name, last name. Okay, I'll scroll down once again and here we can find the email address, along with that the mobile number. So all the details related to the contact are captured over here. Now I want to give you an important information that here you can see that the data has captured immediately. But sometimes this may take some time in fetching the data, as the trigger here is polling based. So if your data doesn't get captured immediately, don't worry about that and please wait for 15-20 minutes patiently. The data will surely arrive. Okay. So now we want that all these details should be automatically added to the Notion database. For that, come to this action window and here in the application name, let us find Notion. In the action event, we have to click on create page, click on connect, click on add new connection. Now it is asking for the token. For that, let us go to the Notion account. Here we can find settings and members option. So we have to simply click on settings and members. And here we can find the integrations option. Click on integrations. Now here you can find I have created several integrations. So if you want to use any of these, you can use. But instead of using all these, let us create a new integration by clicking on this develop your own integrations. So I'll simply open this particular tab. And here we can create a new integration by clicking on this option. Here we have to give a name to the integration. So let us give it as Google Contacts. Okay. If you want to upload an image, you can upload it over here. Okay. Here you have to select the associated workspace, which is automatically captured in my case. And let's click on submit. Okay. Now here we can see the internal integration token. So we are going to simply click on show and we are going to copy this particular key from here. We'll go back to Pabbly Connect and we'll paste the token over here. That is the key which we have generated. And let's click on save. Now here we can see that the Notion account is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now here we have to select a database and content. So first we have to create a database in our Notion account. So I'll just again go to the Notion account. Okay, I'll just close this window. Here we have to create a workspace or the database. For that, click on this plus sign, add a page. Here we can give a name to the workspace. So let us give the name as Google Contacts once again. Okay. Now here if you want to add all the details, you can add it over here. And let us select the database as table. And here we can see it is ready. Now we are going to just delete these extra fields. Okay, I'll delete one more. Okay. Now here the table is ready, but we have to give the details of the columns. So the first column name I want to be the first name. So I'm just renaming it as first name. Okay. Second, I don't want the tags. I want to be it as last name. So I'm just renaming it to last name, and the type should be the text over here. Okay. After that, I want the email address, and the type, let us select it as email, and I'll again click on this plus sign. I want the mobile number. Okay. And the type as phone over here. So our columns are also ready. If you want to add some more columns, so by clicking on this plus sign, okay, I'll show you. On this plus sign, you can add some more columns as per your requirement. Okay. Now here we can see that our workspace is ready, or the database is ready. And here even we have created a connection between Notion and Pabbly Connect also. But in order to access this particular workspace or the database, we need to click on this share option and click on share to web. Okay, just enable it. Here you have to invite the particular integration which we have created. So we have created the integration recently, that is Google Contacts. So we are going to invite this particular integration. Okay, and let's click on invite. And when I scroll down here, we can see that it is invited over here. Now let's move back to Pabbly Connect, and we are going to just click on this refresh to new items. And now here we can see that the database, that is Google Contacts, is captured over here. Okay. So now here we have to give the content, email address, mobile number. So we have got all these details here from the Google Contact. So basically we are going to map these details now. So I'll just leave the content as blank. I don't want to give any content. If you want to give the page content, you can give it over here. Let's map the email address from Google Contacts. And I'll find the email address, this one, shikhaarya22@gmail.com. Mobile number, let us find it from the phone. Okay, and this was the mobile number along with the country code. I'm mapping this one. Okay, last name was Arya. Let's scroll down, let us find the last name. Okay, this one. And let us find the first name also. That was Shikha, I remember. Yes, given name is Shikha. Okay, now let us click on save and send test request. And here we can see the responses received. Okay, now let us check our Notion account. And here we can see that the details of the contact, first name Shikha, last name Arya, email address and mobile number is automatically added over here. So in this way we can see that our integration is working. Now let us move back to Pabbly Connect. I'll save this workflow first. Data saved successfully. Okay, so now we have to check this in the real time. For that we have to create a new contact in Google Contacts. So I'll just click on create contact. Let us give the first name as Kuldeep, last name as Gupta. Let's give the email address as kuldeepg22@gmail.com. Let's add the phone number over here. And let's click on save. So a new contact named Kuldeep Gupta is added over here in our Google Contacts. Now let us check the Notion account. I'll refresh it. And here even after refreshing we don't find the data, just because as I have already informed you that the trigger here is polling based, so it will take time to capture the data. So let's wait for some time. And here after 5 minutes we can see that the data name Kuldeep, last name Gupta, email address and mobile number is added over here. Now in this way we can see that our integration is perfectly working fine. Let's move back to Pabbly Connect. I'll just minimize all these windows and let us see in a nutshell whatever we have done till now. So first we have created an integration between Google Contacts and Pabbly Connect. Then Pabbly Connect has captured all the details of the contact, and using those details automatically a record is created in the Notion database. And in this way we have created a successful integration between Google Contacts and Notion using Pabbly Connect.
So in this video, we will learn how to extract text from images with Google Cloud Vision. Now suppose guys you have lots and lots of images and you want to extract the text you have in that images using Google Cloud Vision, which is an amazing application from Google. Now guys, let me tell you, you can completely automate the process of extracting text and adding those text details in some application, for example like Notion. Now suppose for an example, you are adding those images with some text into your Dropbox. So this automation will be like, whenever you are going to upload an image with some text in Dropbox, automatically this automation will trigger, and then using Google Cloud Vision, we are going to extract the text we have in that image. And after extracting the text, we are going to add all the details of the image and the text from that image into a Notion database as a new item. Instead of Notion, you can send the same data to some other application as well. Now guys, how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give your workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Dropbox to Google Cloud Vision to Notion. And then just click on Create. Now we can see that a workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. So what we are going to do over here, we are uploading some images in our Dropbox folder. And after that, after uploading these images, we want this automation to start, and then using Google Cloud Vision, we want to detect the text which we have in those images. And after doing it, what we want to do, we want to add the details of that image and the text that we have in our images into a Notion database. So let's begin. So here in trigger window guys, in choose app, first we have to choose an app as Dropbox because we want to first get the images which we are uploading on Dropbox. So here in search app, search for Dropbox. Select Dropbox over here. And after that, in trigger event from the drop down, select new file. After that, just click on connect and select add new connection. So here we have to connect our Dropbox account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, just click on this connect with Dropbox button. And because guys, as you can see, I have already logged into my Dropbox account in my browser, Pabbly Connect has detected the same account and made the connection. After making this connection, the only thing it asks us is the folder path, that from which of our Dropbox folder we want to get the details of a new image. So I have this folder created which is named as images, and I want whenever I upload an image in this particular folder in Dropbox, I want to get those image details inside Pabbly Connect and extract the text using this automation. So here we have to enter the path of this folder. So /images, this will be the path of the folder. You can just open your folder or subfolder, and from here you can get the path. Just copy this path from here and paste it over here. If you have any kind of doubt or confusion while entering the path, you can also refer to the help text given below over here. After entering your path, when you click on Save and Send Test Request, the details of the most recent picture or most recent image you have uploaded in this particular folder will be received inside Pabbly Connect. So right now you can see that we don't have any image over here. So let's upload an image. Click on this upload button, go to Files. We have this image named as New Picture. Click on Open, and we are going to upload this image. Okay, so the image has been uploaded. This is the image file which has a text. The quick brown fox jumped over the 5 lazy dogs. So this is the image which we have uploaded. Now after uploading it, go back to Pabbly Connect and click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received the response. And in the response, we will see the details of the same file which we have just now uploaded. We have the same name of the file, newpicture.jpg. We have the shareable link of the file, and using the shareable link, we are going to extract the text. Also, when you are going to scroll down, you will see some other details regarding the same file as well. So here you will see the date and time, that at what date and time in UTC time zone, according to UTC time zone, at what date and time we have uploaded this image in our Dropbox folder. So in this way, guys, you can see that the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have received a new image which we are uploading in our Dropbox folder. After this, let's move to step 2. And in step 2, using Google Cloud Vision, we have to extract or get the text which we have in this image. For that, just scroll down and come to our action window. And here in Choose App, search for Google Cloud Vision. Select it. And then in action event from the drop down, select the action event as detect text in images. Just select it, click on connect and select add new connection. Now what we have to do, we have to connect a Google Cloud Vision account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, it requires an API key from our Google Cloud Vision account. Now here you must be thinking how you can get this API key. So in the help text below, it says, here's the documentation on to create Google Cloud Vision API key. So here guys, you have a hyperlink, just click on it. And when you are going to click on it, it will take you to a page on our forum. And at this page guys, you will get a complete step-by-step guide on how you can create or get your Google Cloud Vision API. So you have to follow all of these process, and then after following this, you will get the API key of your own Google Cloud Vision account. After getting that API key guys, what you have to do, you just have to copy that API key from here and then go back to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after pasting that API key, just click on save to make the connection. Right now in this video, I'm going to use my existing connection. So I'll select existing connection and then just click on save. After connecting our Google Cloud Vision account, the only thing it asks us is the image URL. That what is the URL of the image from which we want to get the text. So we have received the image URL which we have uploaded on Dropbox in Pabbly Connect in the response and trigger window. And this is the shareable link of that same image. Now we have to map basically the same image over here in this field. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and in the drop down below, you can see all the responses which you have received from Dropbox of a new file can be seen over here. And out of all of these responses, select the response of shareable link and map it over here. And then after mapping it, just click on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you can see all the text which we have in this image, we have received that text in this response. So here the first response which we get is of language, that is EN English. Then we have the description. And this is in this description, guys, you can see all the text which we had in our image can be seen over here. So this was the image and this is the text which we have extracted from using Google Cloud Vision from the image. Then after that, when you are going to scroll down, after scrolling down, you will get a position or complete details of the image, that in this image, at what position, what text do we have. So this, all of this details, all of this response is not so helpful. We are just going to scroll down and at last you will get this response named as full text annotation. And in this response also, you can get all the details, the complete text which we have in this image. So basically the step 2 of setting up this automation is also completed. Using Google Cloud Vision inside Pabbly Connect, we have extracted the text which we had in the image. Now let's move to step 3. And in step 3, we want to send the details of the image which we have uploaded and also the details of the text which we have in that image inside our Notion database. For that, just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button over here. And then in Choose App, we have to search for Notion. Select Notion over here. And then in action event from the drop down, select the action event as Create Database Item. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. So as you can guess, now we have to connect our Notion account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, just click on this Connect with Notion button. After clicking on it, because I have also logged into my Notion account in my browser, Pabbly Connect has detected the same account. And then we have to select the pages that of what of our Notion pages or Notion database we want to give access to Pabbly Connect. So here you can see that a list of all the pages, all the database which we have in Notion can be seen over here. And here it is asking us that of which page or which database access we want to give to Pabbly Connect. If you want, you can basically select all of the database as well, like I'm going to do. And if you want to give access to Pabbly Connect to a specific database, you can just select that database only. And then just click on Allow Access. Now when you click on Allow Access, guys, here you will see that your Notion account gets connected with Pabbly Connect as well. After making this connection, the next thing it asks us is the database. That using this automation, in which database we want to add this data. So in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the database which you have in your Notion account. Basically all the database whose access you have given to Pabbly Connect. And out of all of this, I have created a specific database named as text from images. And in this database, I have added a table with the file name, URL, and date and time column. So what we have to do, we have to select the same database in which we want to add the data, that is text from images. After selecting the database, all the table columns which we have created, you can see all of these columns over here in fields. So here we have the URL field, we have the date and time field, and file name field. And also at last, we have an option for content, that the item which we are going to create using this automation in Notion, what is the content we want to add over here. So in this content section, we are going to actually add the text which we have extracted from the image using Google Cloud Vision. So one by one, what we have to do, we have to map the details of these images over here. So in URL section, we have to mention or map the URL of the image. And we have received the URL of the image from Dropbox. Just click here. And in the drop down below, from the responses which we have received from Dropbox, select the shareable link of the URL of the image and just map it. After that, it is asking us date and time. So here in date and time, we have to map the date and time, that at what date and time we have uploaded this image. So here we have this client modified date and time. Just select it and map it over here. Then it is asking us for the file name. So from Dropbox, we have also received the name of the file. So this is the name of the file, this response. Just select it and map it. And at last, in this field of content, just click here. We have to basically mention or map the text which we have extracted using Google Cloud Vision from that image. So from the Google Cloud Vision responses, just scroll down and select the last response or full text annotation which we have selected. Just select it and map it over here. And after mapping all of these details, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here we can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you can see that all the data which we have mapped, basically all the details of the image which we have uploaded in our Dropbox account with the text we have in that image are now added in our Notion database as a new item. So let's check it. We are going to check our Notion database. And yes guys, here you can see that in our database, we have the name of the file which we have given. We have the Dropbox URL of the same file and also the date and time what date and time this image was uploaded in our Notion database. Then when you are going to open this item which we have created, you will see that after opening it in this content section, you can see the same text which we have in that particular image, which we have extracted using Google Cloud Vision. This means guys, the automation workflow which we have created is working perfectly fine. And now using this automation, what you have to do? You just have to upload your images into your Dropbox folder, and using this automation, automatically we are going to extract the text from that image and then add all of those details into a Notion database as a new item. Now guys, after setting up this automation, what we have to do? We just have to test this automation once in real time. For that, we will go to our Dropbox account. And then we are going to upload a new image over here. So we'll go to upload a file. We are going to upload a file. We have this image named as real-time test. Just open this file from here. And we are just going to upload this image in our Dropbox account. And the image is being uploaded. And the text of this image is, I'm curious about the area filling text rendering option. This is the text we have. And after uploading this image, guys, what we have to do? We just have to wait for 10 minutes over here. 10 minutes because the connection between Dropbox and Pabbly Connect is a polling based connection, and in this type of connection, Pabbly Connect will check for new file updates in Dropbox every 10 minutes. So just wait for 10 minutes over here. Okay, so we have successfully waited for 10 minutes and now we are going to check our Notion database. So we'll get back to Notion. And yes guys, here you can see that in Notion, we have a new item created in our database and the file name is real-time test, the same file which we have uploaded in our Dropbox folder. Then we have the link of that file and the date and time, that at what date and time we have uploaded the file. And after all of this guys, when we are going to open this item, you can see that this is the same text which we have seen in that same image. So this image was having this text, just a second. And this is the same text which is added in our Notion database as a content. This means the automation workflow which we have created is working absolutely fine. So not just these applications guys, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find a clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. And also let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a forever free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
So in this video, we are going to learn how to save new tasks from Google Tasks in Notion database. Now suppose guys, you and your team members are using Google Tasks to manage or assign all the tasks related to your work. And you want to create a backup, a record of all the tasks which are being created in your Google Task account. So let me tell you, you can completely automate this process of creating a backup in Notion. So the trigger of this automation will be creating a new task in our Google Task account. So whenever a new task will be created in your Google Task account, this automation will start, and using this automation, a new item with the same task details which are created in Google Tasks will be added in our Notion database. Now how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Google Task to Notion. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. So the idea here is, first, we have to connect our Google Task account with Pabbly Connect in this trigger window, so that every time we create a new task in our Google Task account, automatically the details of that new task should be captured inside Pabbly Connect. Then after that, using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send those new task details to our Notion database, so that we can create a new item over there. We can add that Google Task into a Notion database as well, that too automatically. So let's begin, guys. Now here in trigger window, in choose app, search for Google Tasks. Select it. And then in trigger event from the drop down, we have 3 different trigger events. First one is the new task, second one is the new task list, and the third one is new task completed. So we are going to select this new task as the trigger event. Click on connect and select add new connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Google Task account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, just click on this sign in with Google button and then select your Google Task account in which you are creating new task. And after selecting the account, just scroll down and click on continue. And as we click on continue, we will see our Google Task account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first and the only thing it asks us is the task list. And in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the task lists which you have created in your Google Task account. So here guys, in my Google Task account, you will see that I have 4 different task lists. First one is Smart Tasks, second one is Trello, third one is the Pabbly team, and fourth one is the teamwork. So guys, I want to add that all the new tasks which I'm adding or creating in this task list named as teamwork, I want to add the details of all of those tasks into our Notion database. So here from the drop down, I'm going to select teamwork over here as the task list. After selecting your task list, whenever we are going to create on this save and send test request button, automatically the details or the data of the most recent task, the last task which we have created in this particular task list in our Google Task account, automatically the details of that task will be received inside Pabbly Connect over here. So let's do this. We are going to create a new task in this particular task list. For example, click on this add task button. The title is, just take an example of, let's enter the details. We have to integrate MailChimp inside Pabbly Connect. So this is the detail. Let's enter a due date. For example, 26th of January is the due date. Click on OK. After clicking on OK, guys, you can see that just now we have added a new task in our Google Task account. Now we will get back to Pabbly Connect and click on this save and send test request button. And after clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that the details of the same task which we have just now created are received inside Pabbly Connect. So here we can see that we have the title of the task, MailChimp integration. Then here we can see the in notes, we can see the description of the task which we have added. And then here you can see the same due date, 26th of January 2023 as well, which we have added. Now this means guys, the first step of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully connected our Google Task account with Pabbly Connect so that whenever a new task will be created in our Google Task account, automatically the details of that task will be received inside Pabbly Connect. Now after this, let's move to our next step, and that is sending this new task details to Notion. For that, just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in Choose Apps, search for Notion. Just select it. And then in Action Event from the drop down, select the action event as Create Database Item. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, in this action step, we have to connect our Notion account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Connect with Notion button. And then here basically, because we have already logged into a Notion account in our browser, Pabbly Connect has detected the same account and it is asking us for the permission. Click on the Select Pages section, and then here it is asking us that the access permission of which page on our Notion account we want to give in Pabbly Connect. So here you can see that all the Notion pages which I have created in my Notion account over here, you can see all of these pages over here. And here it is asking us to which of these pages we want Pabbly Connect to give the access. So we are going to add the details in this particular page named as task details. So we are going to select it. But if you want, according to your requirement, you can basically give access to just a single page, or if you want, you can give access to all of the pages as well. Right now, I'm just selecting all the Notion pages which I have created and click on Allow Access button. After clicking on Allow Access, here you will see that our Notion account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the next thing it asks us is the database, that all the Notion pages whose access we have given while making the connection. In the drop down below, you can see a list of all the database which you have created in those pages. So I have this database named as task details. And in this particular database, we have created this table where we want to add the details of a new task from Google Task. So we are going to select this database task details from the drop down. If you have created any other database, you just have to select the database in which you want to add this data. Then after that, here you can see that we have some fields: due date, task details, task name, and task ID. So in this table in the database, I have created 4 different columns of data: task ID, task name, task details, and due date. And you can see all of these 4 columns as field over here in Pabbly Connect. So here guys, in these given fields, we have to basically map or add the data which we want to add in the respective fields. Like we have received the due date of the task from Google Task. This is the response of the due date. So from this trigger response of Google Task, we are going to map this response over here in this field of due date. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field, and in the drop down below, from a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Task, select the respective response of due date and map it over here. So in this way, you can map the data in the respective fields according to your requirement. Now after this, let's map the task details as well. So here in task details, just click here. From the drop down, we have this response of notes as task details. Just select it and map it. Then we have to map the task name. So just click here, and from the drop down, select the name, the title of the task, and at last the task ID. Just map the ID as well. So in this way, you can basically map other details as well. You just have to create some more columns, some more fields in the table of your Notion database, and then you can map all of the respective details according to your requirement. The last field which we have is of content. Like if you want that new database item which we are creating, or the new row which we are adding in this Notion database in this table, you can basically add some content to that particular page as well. If you want, you can write a descriptive content up to 2000 characters as well. But if not, you can ignore it too. So right now I'm just ignoring this field, and we will click on the Save and Send Test Request button. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, basically the details of a new task which we have created in our Google Task account, are now added in our Notion database. So let's check it. We will go to our Notion database, and yes guys, here you can see that in the same table, in the same database, a new row of data is added. When we will open it, we will see all the details over here. We have the task ID, we have the name of the task, we have the due date, we have the task details, and other details as well. And as I told you, if you want, you could have also entered some content. Then the content which, if you have added some content over here in this actions tab, the same content can be seen over here in this field and under this page. So in this way, guys, we can see that the connection or the automation workflow which we have created between Google Task and Notion using Pabbly Connect, this automation workflow is working perfectly fine. And after setting up this automation, we just have to test this automation once. So here, guys, we are going to create another task in our Google Task account. Click on this add a task button and give this task a name as, for example, real time test. This is the name of the task. Let's add the detail as we are just testing this automation in real time. So this is the details, and let's set the date as 24th of January, tomorrow's date. Click on OK. So just now, guys, here you can see that we have added a new task in our Google Task account. And as we add this task, within 10 minutes, the details of this task will be captured by Pabbly Connect. So guys, the connection between Google Task and Pabbly Connect is a polling based connection. And in this type of connection, as you can see, every 10 minutes, Pabbly Connect will go to our Google Task account and check whether we have added any new task in last 10 minutes or not. If we have added any new task, it will get the details of all the new tasks which we have added, and this automation workflow will be triggered, it will be started. And then using this automation, we are going to add those details into a Notion database. So guys, what we have to do, we just have to wait for 10 minutes over here. Okay, so we have successfully waited for 10 minutes. Now let's check our Notion database. And yes, guys, here you can see that the same task which we have just now created in our Google Task account is now added in our Notion database. We have the same task ID, we have the task name, real-time test, we have the description of the task and the due date of the task, 24th of January 2023, the same date which we have selected. So guys, we have tested this automation in real time and it is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, whenever a new task will be created in our Google Task account, automatically the details of that task will be added in our Notion database as a new item. So not just these applications, guys, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
In this video, we are going to see how to add Instagram media details to Notion database. So let's say that you are using Instagram and here every time you create a new post, then you want that automatically it should be created as an item in Notion, which is a note-taking software. Now here, to do so, you have to integrate the two applications and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here your trigger application would be Instagram and your action application would be Notion. Now how can you do this yourself, integrate and automate this entire process? To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see two tabs, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab, sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and yes, at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. Now, since I'm already an account user here, so I'm going to click on sign in. And here we have reached the all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. So as we do that, here we have reached the dashboard of this application. Again, on the right hand side, you can see the tab create workflow. Let's click on this and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here my objective is to add Instagram media details to Notion database, which means that every time a new post is posted on Instagram, then automatically the details should be posted on Notion database. So now I'm going to click on create. So here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens and action is do this. Basically, action here is the response of our trigger application. Now here my objective is that every time a new media is posted on Instagram, then it should be captured on Notion database. Now Notion is a note-taking software platform designed to help members of companies or organizations manage their knowledge for greater efficiency and productivity. So I'm going to choose my trigger application here as Instagram for business. And the trigger event. So here it would be new media posted in my account. Now here you can see that it is written that this trigger will check for new data in every 10 minutes, which means that this application has a polling time of 10 minutes. So this workflow is going to run after every 10 minutes to fetch for new data. Now here it is saying that please connect your Instagram business account and select your Instagram business account, then click on save and send test request. So first I'm going to click on connect. And here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Instagram account. So for this, I'm going to choose add new connection and then connect with Instagram for business. So here you can see that the authorization has been successful, which means that Pabbly Connect is now connected with Instagram for business. Now here we have to choose the Instagram account to use, and here I'm choosing the same account. Now let's click on save and send test request. So here you can see that we have received the API response. This is the username. This is the owner ID. If I take you down, here you can see that this is the caption of my Instagram post. So let me first show you the Instagram account and the post that I have just posted. So this is my Instagram account. And this is the post that I have just posted, which says success has no shortcut. This is the media file. So taking you back to Pabbly Connect, here we have got the details, and this is the timestamp, which means the time at which this particular post was posted. Now what is my objective? My objective is that every time this media is posted, then automatically the details should be captured on Notion database. So let me show you the Notion database. So this is my Notion dashboard, and here we have got different team spaces, and within this team space we have got multiple pages. Now I already have created a page. The name is Instagram post details, and here I have the following column fields: post title, date, the URL, and here I'm going to add another column field which is permalink. So these are the columns that I have already created. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and this time the action application would be Notion. Here it is. Let's click on this, and the action event would be create database item. Let's click on connect. Again Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Notion account. To do this, we are going to click on add new connection, then connect with Notion. Once we have done that, here we have to select pages. Now these are the various pages. So basically I'm going to select general category. So my page has been created under general team space. So I'm going to select all the pages and now click on allow access. So here you can see that the authorization has been successful. Now we have to map the following information. Mapping basically means that I have already received this information in the previous step. I'm just going to retrieve it here. Now how do we do it? So here first of all I have to select the database. So see, the name has already been captured, otherwise you could have clicked on this drop down and selected from here. Then the URL. So how do we map? If I click on this, so it will show me the previous step. I'll go here and then I'm going to look for the URL. Here it is. Let's click on this. So basically this is how you map. And now why is mapping important? Because as of now I have mapped this information. So every time this workflow runs and it captures the new data, so the new data will be inculcated here. But if I write this manually, then even when I have got new data, it will not take the new data into consideration. It will only take the manually written data and the workflow will not be a success. Now we have to map the date. But here we have received the date in timestamp format. So what I'm going to do is, here I'm going to add an action step, which is a feature by Pabbly date time formatter. Now the action event here would be to format date only. Let's click on connect. Now I'm going to map the date that I wish to change the format of. Here it is. So what is the from format? Here you can see that the from format is the same. Now the to format here would be, let's say I want it in date, month and year, this format. Let's click on Save and Send Test Request. So here we have received the date in the desired format. Now I'm going to go down. I'm just going to refresh this connection once. And as I take you down here, I'm going to map the date. So let's go to step 2 and this is the date. Now the permalink. So I'm going to again go to step 1 and this is the permalink. Next we have the post title. Let's go to step 1 and here we can see success has no shortcut. Next is content. So I'm just going to leave this blank. You can, write the content if you wish to. I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request. So here you can see that I have received the API response. So created time, edited time, and all the other data is here. So now I need to check my Notion database if I have received this information there. And yes, you can see this is the post title, then the date, URL and the permalink, which basically means that this integration process is a success. But I also need to check this in real time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Instagram account and here I'm going to create another post. Select from computer. Let's say this. Okay. And this is the ratio that I wish. Let's click on next. Again. Yeah. So let's say the caption is green is the need of the hour, and here you can add emojis, location, etc. Let's click on share. Here you can see that your post has been shared. I'm going to close this window. Here you can see that our post is right here in front of us. Basically, the moment this post has been posted, what should happen automatically, the information about this post should be posted on Notion. But we also know that there is a polling time of 10 minutes. So now we are supposed to wait for the next 10 minutes so that this information can become a part of our Notion database. So it's been 10 minutes and let's quickly go back to our Notion database. And yes, here you can see green is the need of the hour. This is the date, this is the URL and the permalink, which basically means that our integration process is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand the entire process. So our trigger application was Instagram for Business, where the event was new media posted in my account. Then we had chosen a feature by Pabbly date time formatter to format the date. And then our action application was Notion, where the event was create database item. I hope this is extremely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the description box. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any other integration that you wish to work on, you can always write to us.
Hello everyone. So in this video we will learn how to create Notion database items for new Calendly invites. So the idea is that if someone schedules an event in Calendly, a page will be automatically created in Notion. But the issue here is there is no direct connection between Calendly and Notion. So that is why I will be using an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates Calendly and Notion. The best part here is a person without any technical background can perform this integration easily. Now before I show you the steps, how about we begin with a real-time example. Okay, so this is my Calendly account and this is my Notion profile. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to schedule a booking as a dummy invitee, and we will check whether a page will be created in Notion or not. So let us begin the example. We have a booking called as Hatha Yoga. So let me just straight away click on booking page. And imagine a person called as Selenia Gomez is going to schedule a booking at 10:30 a.m. So the name of the person is Selenia Gomez, and this is the email address of Selenia Gomez, starbuck123@gmail.com. And she's going to just write awesome. That's all. And let me just click on schedule. Okay, so a booking has been scheduled by a person called as Selenia Gomez for this session, that is Hatha Yoga. And it is for 15 minutes, that is from 10:30 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. So it is on July 28, 2021. So let's have a look. Do we have a page concerning the same in Notion? So let me just refresh Notion. Okay. Actually, there was no need to refresh it. The data arrived. Okay, so this is the data. We have Hatha Yoga. We have the duration that is for 15 minutes. We have the person's name and we have the person's email address. Now, if you want to view this as a page, open this as a page, it can be also done in Notion. So you must be thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from Calendly to Notion? So here I have used an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that has integrated Calendly and Notion. So let me show you how it's done. So in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. So this is the website of pabbly.com. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. Here you can build your own account in just 2 minutes. In my case, I have already built my account, so let me just straight away click on sign in. Okay, so this is the app section of Pabbly. Let me just scroll down and here you will find connect. Just click on access now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, create workflow. Click this, a dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Calendly to Notion. Of course, you can give any name according to your choice. It's totally on you. And let me just click on create. So basically, when you click on create, you will find 2 windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. So what's the deal with the trigger window as well as the action window? Well, in the trigger window, usually the triggering software will come. For example, in this case, the triggering software is Calendly. When a booking or a schedule or an event is scheduled in Calendly, that is basically a trigger event. So that is why we are going to select the trigger or the choose app as Calendly. Calendly it is. Now in the trigger event, how about we make it as invitee created? Simply just click on connect. We are going with a new connection. Now here we have to enter the API key. So to get the API key, let's have a visit to Calendly. So I'm sorry, let's have a visit to Calendly. This is Calendly. Okay, so here I'm just going to click on integration. Okay, so in the integration, you will find the API key. I'm just going to copy this key and I'm going to paste it here. So this is my API key. I have copied it and I have pasted it also. After that, just simply click on save. So usually when we connect, we always find the webhook URL. And now in case of the webhook URL, you just copy that webhook URL and paste it into the triggering software. But in case of Calendly, we don't have to do anything. To actually integrate Calendly to Pabbly Connect, all you have to do is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so it has given me a response. Okay, so this is the ID of the integration. It is nothing important. All it is showing that it is waiting for the data. So what I'm going to do here is we are going to make one more dummy booking. So let me just go to home. Okay, and once again I'm just going to go to the Hatha Yoga booking page, and we are going to book or schedule the event on the booking will be made on 27th, let's say from 11:30 a.m. or let's go with 11 a.m. and let me just click on confirm, and this time a person called as Lijam O'Reilly is making the booking. So the name is Lijam O'Reilly and the email is lijam123word@gmail.com. So again we can just add a random description. Okay, red yoga pants and mat. Okay, so this was really redundant, we didn't have to do it, but pants. And let me just click on schedule event. So the confirmation has been made by a person called as Lijam O'Reilly, and the event is on Hatha Yoga, and it has been scheduled from 11 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. Okay, excellent. So let's have a look. Since Pabbly Connect is integrated with Calendly, has Pabbly Connect captured the details of this invitee? Yes, it is showing the invitee, the event as invitee created, the event type as one-on-one. It is a 15 minutes event. The event name is Hatha Yoga, of course. And let's have a look. Now, if you're thinking what is Ryan Glassglow, so Ryan Glassglow is the owner of this account. Okay, so this is the name of the owner, Ryan Glassglow, if I can show you. Okay, so as you can see, this is the name of the owner, Ryan Glassglow, and let's observe the rest of the details. So this is the time, okay, that is 27th. Okay, so this is the start time, and then we have the rest of the details. Where are the rest of the details? Yes, we have the person's name, okay, and this is the person's email. So we have got both these details. Excellent. Now what we are going to do here is we are going to create a page in Notion from the data that we have received from Calendly. And this is how you can do it. In the action window, we are going to select the choose app as Notion. Notion it is. Now in the action event, how about we make it as create a page and simply just click on connect. So let's go with the new connection, and in the new connection we have to enter the token. So follow my steps to get the token. It's practically a bit complicated. So first of all, how about we start from scratch? So I'm going to create a new table, and before we create a new table, how about we create a workspace, and the name of the workspace is data from Calendly. Of course, you can give any name according to your choice. It's totally on you. I'm just giving data from Calendly, and I prefer a table inline. Okay. Now, how about we give the name table 101? So this is the table name, table 101. Then we have the name. That's totally fine. Okay. In case of tags, how about we enter email? Okay, and multi-select, how about we name it as email? Okay, then we have event. The event was Hatha Yoga. Okay, so let's keep it as text only. Okay, and then the time, date or time. Okay, so the date time will be, I think, in this format. Okay, so yeah, let's go with this format. Okay, and what else? We also have to enter the name. Okay, so we already have this name field, so let's ignore that. We don't want this column. Okay, so we can just delete this. Okay, so actually I'm happy with 4 columns. Okay, that's sufficient. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make sure that the new one is always at the top, so I'm just going to delete the unnecessary rows. Okay, so the new one is at the top. So now we are going to integrate this particular page to Pabbly Connect. So what we are going to do here is, first of all, let me just click on settings on members. In settings on members, you will find integrations. Click on integrations. So these are the integrations that I have made. Now for your consideration, I'm going to create one more integration. Okay, and let me just scroll down. This is the integrations page. Click on create new integration. How about we give a name to this integration? Calendly data, Calendly to Notion. So this will be the name of our integration, Calendly to Notion. Okay, and let me just click on submit. Okay, so this is the secret that we want. Okay, I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so the integration is far from over. Of course, we have got the token, but there are many other things we have to do. First of all, we have to make sure that it's in a page format. So let's make it as open as a page. After that, go to share and make it shareable to web. Excellent. And after that, let's invite the integration. So the integration is Calendly to Notion. Click on invite. I think we are ready. So let me just click on save. Okay, so we have integrated Pabbly Connect to Notion. Excellent. And by default, it is already showing the database, that is table 101. Excellent. So that was the name of the table that we had given, that is table 101. It is already showing here. Now we have to fill in all these fields: email, event, date, name, and content. So if you may remember, these are all the columns that we had built: name, email, event, and date. So let's start mapping one by one. So we have email. So this is the email. So let me just add the email. The email of the person was lyjim123word@gmail.com. The event was on Hatha Yoga and we have mapped it. Then this is the date. Now, if you don't understand where this data is coming, so this is the data that we have received from Calendly, Hatha Yoga. Okay, so this is the same data that we have received from Calendly. Then we have the date. So this was the date. Okay, and we have mapped it. Then we have the name of the person. So the name of the person was okay, so name of the person was Lyjim O'Reilly. So let me just click on save and send test request to check if the data has been sent. Okay, so yes, the data has been sent. So let's have a look. So yeah, the data has arrived. We have Lyjim O'Reilly. This is the email address, this is the event, and this is the date of the event. Excellent. So the presence of this data shows that we have a successful integration between Calendly and Notion. Now, before you leave, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So let me just minimize this action window and let me just minimize the trigger window. So basically, this is the whole process in a nutshell. First, you integrated Calendly to Pabbly Connect, and then you integrated Pabbly Connect to Notion. So now there's a perfect flow of data between Calendly and Notion. Excellent. So not just these two apps, you can integrate a ton of applications and automate your business with Pabbly Connect. If you have any queries, please contact us at admin@pabbly.com. Also, the link of Pabbly Connect as well as the workflow is available in the description box. If you really like this video, please comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.